Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's Insecure Season 5, Episode 7, entitled Chillin. Okay. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around. I have all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. It's girls' night full of relaxation and chilling. There's a group massage, dinner reservations, but first they pregame for maximum relaxation. Blunts all around for everyone. It's time to decompress, and Issa promises not to bring up Molly's mom. There's good news though. Her mom is doing much better. They take pics of the sunset, but Kelly takes a selfie as the assignment was to capture natural beauty. As they laugh, they're interrupted by Issa's phone. It's bad news. A pipe has burst at the spa and the reservation has been canceled. Now they have 3 hours before dinner. They all decide that they should bring out some drinks, and Issa has an idea. She plays some songs that they haven't heard in a while and decides they should play the game Questions in a Hat. Loris arrives with the baby at Condola's, and the energy seems much better. He even brings in some deliveries from the front porch and even offers to put shelves together. Since they're both not doing anything else, he offers that service. Condola accepts it and even invites him in. Issa pulls the first question out of the hat. What is an embarrassing fact about yourself that none of us know? Molly admits that she's never seen the movie Love Jones, and Kelly admits that she started off her day drinking 2 Red Bulls. That's probably why she didn't have her period for almost 5 years. Tiffany says that while she masturbates, she thinks about Derek, but no one is shocked because that's her husband. Issa is next, but the person who pulled the question out of the hat does not answer that round. Kelly pulls out the next question. Have you ever broken a friend's vase, but it's just a question because Molly wants Issa to admit it? Issa tells her, look, you try to bring that question in every game, but look, I didn't do it, okay? So let's move on to the next question. Tiffany pulls another one. If you could only spend the rest of your life with the last person you slept with, how would you feel? Kelly says that she would be good because the last one she slept with was rich. Issa says she doesn't know. Her and Nate are up in the air. They got into it, and he calls her inconsistent. The ladies try to act like they're in shock or even insulted by the remark, but it's evident that there's some hidden truth. Issa says she doesn't want to be in a relationship where she's constantly guessing about everything. She just maybe can start over. She's done it before, and she'll do it again. Kelly tells everyone it's starting. The game is starting. It reveals that there's stuff that needs to be uncovered. Knock, knock. Here it comes. There's a knock at the door, and it startles everybody. It's Trina. She's complaining about seeing another spider. Issa tells her that it's natural. You're gonna see spiders. But Trina lets her know, as a matter of fact, she's seeing a poisonous one in her place. Speaking of Kelly. But Kelly tells her that she's listening to a bird say something. Issa closes the door. Apparently, the beef between them is because Trina thinks that she's a bad influence on Benjamin. They move on to the next question. What goes in the bowl first? Milk or cereal? Wait, what? They stop the game because now Molly has a phone call. She says it's work-related, but Kelly hears her kiki-keying with someone. Who is she laughing with so giggly with somebody from work? They want to know who she's talking to. Kelly tells her that just can't be somebody from work making her bite her lip. Molly just confirms that her and Torian were just excited because the firm approved the rewriting proposal. Kelly has her piece of paper with a question on it, and it says, are they sleeping together? And Molly says no, but since the retreat, things have been different. He checks in on her concerning her mom. He talks about the project they're working on, and he calls a lot late at night, and he's always asking what she's up to. The ladies tease her, and things may be jumping off pretty soon, but Molly doesn't know what to do. Should I give him the green light? And then the stereo plays this song about giving me the green light, and the ladies freak out. Molly says that she doesn't know if she needs to make the first move, but Kelly sparks up another, and Tiffany wants something to eat, and she doesn't think she can make it for dinner even longer. Lawrence finishes up the shelves, and there's small talk about how plans change so quickly when there's a child involved. Condola isn't having any luck feeding the baby, and Lawrence offers his dad magic with choo-choo train noises, and it's a success. Condola tells him that he's a good dad, and Lawrence is thankful for the compliment. The questions continue. If you could have one do-over, what would it be? Tiffany says, oh, there would be no do-overs for me. Everything that her and Derek have been through has been for a good reason. Issa says that she wishes she knew what she wanted to do sooner. Kelly says that it took her dying to find out what her purpose is. Now she has clarity in walking. They can't understand her newfound love for walking because they repeatedly invited her to go walking. But Kelly digresses. She's tired of helping rich white men so they can help other rich white men get richer. Issa pulls out another question. If you could be with any of your friends' exes, who would it be? Molly says someone Issa dated in college, while they all agree on Daniel. Issa admits she ran into Lawrence, Condola, and the baby at the hospital. Nothing happened. It was just odd. It's not surprising that they got back together, but she'd hoped that she at least got some closure about everything. He even moved back, and she's guessing that they just figured things out. It's just the way that it is. Kelly says that when Condola and Lawrence were at Simone's birthday, their energy seemed really off and intense. Maybe Issa dodged a bullet. Issa does feel guilty about the way things ended, though. She loved Lawrence, but it was hard to let him go. The ladies have a split opinion when it comes to Lawrence. One, that Issa didn't want to be a stepmom and she had to move on. And the other ladies say that she made a quote-unquote smart choice, but is it the right one? Sometimes it's all about going with how you feel. Now they get dressed for a nice dinner. Tiffany, for once, actually likes Issa's shoes. The ladies can't believe that the last time they all had a ladies' night out was 3 months ago. They can't let that much time go again without their special time together. They group hug and tell one another they love each other so much. Tiffany breaks some news that her and Derek might be moving to Denver. Derek got a job offer a week and a half ago, and he's got family there. The money will go longer, and it might be a good decision for their family. Kelly wants to know why she's just finding out about this news now, but Tiffany explains that telling Kelly was like the reality of things are changing. It's difficult for her also because the information is coming to her so fast. Most importantly, she doesn't know what she's going to do without her girls. What if she wants to have another baby and she gets depressed again? Everyone tells her that just don't be afraid, and they'll all get together and they'll make plans. It's going to be difficult, but they'll make it work. Molly has learned that, man, with everything going on with my mom, you just got to be intentional with who you love. Dinner is at 8 p.m., but they all agree they should just stay home and talk more. Lawrence and Condola continue with small talk, and he tells her how he was excited that her sister followed him on social media. It was a sign of change, even if it was on accident. Lawrence starts to help Condola with laundry, and he takes a moment to be transparent. It's been rough for the both of them, and with everything going on, his son is the best thing to happen to him in his life. And Condola even admits that she even considered terminating the pregnancy. Lawrence apologizes for not communicating better and allowing things to overwhelm her. She acknowledges that he's given up a lot, and he doesn't blame her about anything. She just wants him to be happy. They both agree they just want each other to be happy. The ladies put on their jammies, dance, and chill. Issa gets the idea that they all should text Torian. Let's see. I was wondering if we could meet outside of work one day. Molly adds some more wording, but before she can get everybody to take a last review of the final text, her phone rings. It's Dro calling her. Molly is just as shocked as everybody else, but she says maybe he's just calling because he heard about my mom. It's the power of the game, Kelly says. They're sending all of the exes here. Issa begins to call Lawrence, but Molly stops her. Issa talked about being inconsistent, and what she's doing is that again. How is calling Lawrence going to help anything? Look, if sober Issa wants to call him tomorrow, go right ahead. The next morning, the ladies leave, and Issa says her goodbyes. After they leave, she assesses the mess to clean. She checks her phone, and it's a text from Nathan saying, "Let me know when you're free to talk." She calls Nate, and he wanted to call her the day before, but didn't want to interrupt ladies' night. He tells her, I've always had love for you. I always have, but I was just in my head about it before. Issa even apologizes for putting that much pressure on him. He's not leaving town, and he's going to figure things out. Before he gets off the phone, he says, I love you. And Issa says, I love you too. Then there's a call from Lawrence, and it stuns Issa. And she forwards the call to voicemail. And that is the end of the episode. And now it is time for your favorite part of the video. That's right, my review. Only 3 episodes left, you guys, and that is the end of the Insecure series. There's so much to talk about, and viewers are wanting to know, are we going to get the summaries and closures that we need for all of the characters, right? But really for the main characters, the core cast that we have been focusing on for seasons. And people are kind of nervous and biting their nails because we only have 30 minutes per episode. Is it going to be rushed? Is it going to give us the closure that we want? Is it going to leave a lot of people angry? Issa did an interview with The Breakfast Club, and I'll say this again, she did mention, for those of you who are new to the channel, she did mention that, of course, the final episode will probably have a lot of people upset because the formatting of the writing will have a fluidity that will give the audience ideas about how the characters will continue on in their lives. Now, let's talk about Tiffany. Is she in denial of a lot of life events, right? She paints the picture that everything's fine. You know, when I pleasure myself, I'm just thinking about my husband. I wouldn't redo anything. Everything that Derek and I have been through in the past is for a good reason. Is it denial or is it the truth? The reason why I ask that is because does Derek feel the same way? If we played the same game with the fellas in the cast, right, with the characters, would he say the same thing? A couple of episodes ago, he even expressed to Lawrence how, you know, even last season as well, that, you know, they wanted a child, but he wasn't expecting a child so soon. And now he's just, you know, focused on having a good marriage. And he seemed a little bummed about that. And then in this season, in the episode where they went to Simone's birthday party, he said, you know, my wife and I, we had our ups and our downs and it was strained, but we ended up working it out. And he always seems to have this kind of temperament where it's just like he's just quote unquote dealing with it and not really enjoying fatherhood. So it's kind of like this confused response from him and the strain about it all. What is going to happen when they move to another state? How is this going to change Tiffany's career path? Because if you remember, she's always been very prosperous with her career. She even introduced, you know, Condola and other people to Issa for their services. So she had a lot of connections with her career and she was doing very well. So will this character lose their identity? Of course, that's not something that we can conclude in the last 3 episodes, but you start to, you know, think about what will be the next step for the character. If I were to make a guess, I would say that Tiffany and Derek are pretty miserable. I think the strain of, okay, we have a child, we're in a marriage, we're sticking this through. Neither one of them really sound excited. Tiffany did mention, oh, if I have another child, you know, I'm worried. Will I be depressed again? She's thinking about another child, and I know Derek's not. I mean, he's still, you know, with this thing in his mind of, you know, we had a baby at this moment and I wasn't even ready. I thought it was going to be years later. We talked about it and then the baby happened. So it's just kind of like this, is this writing showing us that their marriage might be on a downward spin? So, you know, you can think about that and you can debate about that. Now, Issa has to make a final decision for what she wants. And it's highly likely in the last 2 episodes, or the very last episode, we will finally know her final decision. As viewers, we can all say that Nathan is the rebound, okay? And she's emotionally investing with him because he's available. It seems, pretty harsh to say, but she's still thinking about Lawrence, crying about Lawrence, trying to get over Lawrence, while she's telling Nate she loves him at the same time. Is it possible to be in love and love somebody when you loving somebody? I mean, yeah, of course. All in your head, you have all of these conflicted feelings and all of these conflicted decisions that you have to make, but they are decisions to where it may hurt somebody's feelings, it may make somebody sad or upset, but what's the best decision? And Tiffany said that in this episode. You look at what you think is right and what's the best decision, but what are you feeling? What is your gut telling you? What is your heart telling you? That's very important when it comes to decisions. When we're talking about business, when we're talking about our love lives, when we talk about investments, all of those things go together. And sometimes there's a win-win situation, and sometimes that they're not. So Molly has come to decisions in her life as well, right? Maybe Torian is just being a good guy, and maybe he's just finally showing the kind side of him that she's never seen. It is possible that Torian's that way with everybody. He's real caring and endearing, and he's calling. The things that she mentioned kind of show interest, but maybe not really. It wouldn't surprise me if he has somebody else in his life and he's just trying to be nice to her because they kind of have this thing in common of having a loved one that's going through, a traumatic health experience. So I don't know, maybe she's looking too deep into it, because when she said that he calls her late and they're talking about the work project, it really doesn't seem like, hey girl, how you doing? Let's have this late night conversation. It honestly sounds like I have a workload during the day and I'm calling you at the end of the day to see how you're doing and I'm checking on you. That's what it sounds like. So hopefully she's not getting conflicting emotions and she's mixing that with him just being a good guy and that's his personality. But she never got to know that side, because when it came to work-related stuff, Molly was always on a high horse and super annoying. Let's hope that Molly doesn't fall into the deep end of Dro, right? Hopefully he is just calling her because he heard about her mom's situation and wants to know if she's okay. That's highly likely as well, but hopefully he's not trying to slither his way back into her life. It is possible that maybe he's not with, anybody at the time. He's gotten a divorce and he's trying to make his little, peek at Molly again. Who knows? Hopefully we'll figure that out. I just hope they don't leave any loose ends and have us asking more questions than anything. So Kelly's connection with Tiffany. How will her paths change, right? She tries so hard to make things work with Tiffany. Well, if Tiffany's out of the picture, she will have more time to focus on herself, because she seems like she's been dealing with a lot this past season. When she's vented about how people don't take her seriously, they always think she's trying to make a joke when she's saying statements that are really a plea for help. So since if Kelly won't be in the picture, will she have a different career path or direction? She did mention that I'm helping people, but I'm helping white people help other people, making the white people richer. Maybe her focus will change on being more specific and helping a certain group or a certain community. So that's changing. So she's going through all of these ups and downs about herself, and all of the stories that she shares seem to be pretty sad. So we'll see about that. Is Lawrence's career the same? Did he leave his job to be closer to his son? Now, I know, we're in the age of technology and he could have just moved and he's working remotely and has the same job, but maybe I missed it. Does he have the same career with the same company, but he's just at a different location? I'm kind of confused on that. So help me. Maybe I just missed something. I don't know. Now, Daniel, are we going to see him again? Do we want to see him again? It's interesting that they mentioned him. I don't know if they did that for a fan post. In other words, the fans of the show, they kind of sprinkled that in there because people have mentioned Daniel and they missed the character. I don't know. Decisions have consequences and reality has its final say-so. So you have to take that all in consideration with the attachments. Now, I've said this since the beginning of the series, and especially season 4 and season 5, that a lot of people are rooting for Issa and Lawrence. A lot of people are rooting for this and that, right? But You have to remember. Reality pops its head in there and makes you remember. So Issa deals with, right, when you choose someone or you choose to be with someone, you entail everything about them. And I've given the example for the new people that are listening that, let's say, for instance, you love somebody that has a handicap and they're in a wheelchair, right? So that means everything with where you live, when you're dating, you want to travel, you have to consider that person's disability in order to include them. If a person has certain things with mental health, or, you have to consider all of the things that go with that person. So if Issa decides to be with Lawrence, she does have to face the reality that he has a child, right? And she has to deal with the reality of the Condola situation, and that she'll have to see her all the time. And that be the determinant factor of her final decision. Having to see her face, having to see Condola's face, and remember them being together, and then them having a child, that constant attachment and that constant thought about Lawrence and Condola being together once upon a time, right? She'll have to deal with that. If she chooses Nate, right, which a lot of the audience is just like, I don't like her and Nate together. I don't know, because, a lot of people are rooting for Nathan. If she's for Lawrence, if she decides to keep things going with Nate, she has to deal with the reality of the mental health diagnosis, right? And the ups and downs of his mind and things that he's going through, his developing career, the way he handles things instead of running away. Those are the things that she would honestly have to take on if she truly loves someone. In my opinion, I think she just scrap all of them and just literally start over and just forget about both men and move the hell on. They both seem to have a lot of pain connected with both guys, but I don't know. I mean, let's see. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, hit that like button, smash that like button, thumbs up, right? Give thumbs up, all that good stuff, kudos, whatever you agree with, disagree with, put that all in the comments. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the same profile name, officialbunne_e. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Queens returns. After the Thanksgiving break, we return with that episode and that season. Season 1 is coming to a close as well. We only have a few episodes left, and there's so much to that series, so many mysteries that are finally getting its conclusions. And as closer we get to the end of the season, we will find out the information that we need to know. If you've never seen it, it's okay. I have the show link in the pinned comment. Feel free to click on that and binge watch, and let me know what you think. It's a lot of mysteries going on. Let me know what you think, and if who's the mass shooter, right? Who is JoJo's dad? There's so many things that are going on, so many hidden secrets. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, in between time, take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you guys next Sunday for the next episode of Insecure. Only 3 episodes left. It's no telling where they'll take it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.